And there's some Dragon. So we've got Mike Reimer right now up on Dragon. You see him in the center of the top screen there. So let's see what he's able to do. So currently at, I'm going to switch seats here so I can actually see what the heck's going on. Looks like he's currently got 460,000 points, which is not bad at all. But let's see what the current high score on Dragon is. I think it was 900 and some thousand, to be honest with you. So let's see. Okay, so I was wrong. So currently the high score on Dragon is 689,300. And we've got Mike Reimer up here with what looks like 480,000. So he's got a definite chance of, well, now that I say that, he drains, of course. So he's still got a couple balls going there. There you go, good ball control. Oh, and a drain there. But still at 557,000 points. And he's still got an extra ball. So let's see. Oh, Mike, that is rough. So 567,400 points is what Mike ends with. Let's go take a look and check in on Monster Bash. All right, so now we're up on Monster Bash here. Let's see what we've got going on. So the high score on Monster Bash isn't all that high, but I want to see where we are. So currently we got Jason Zellar with 62 million points. So he's currently winning on Monster Bash. So let's see, we've got, you can see the top of the head of the next guy here who's playing Monster Bash, and he's currently at, let's see, 7 million points. So he's got a little bit of work to do, but he should be able to pull that off without a problem. So he's in a multi-ball, obviously. Getting those jackpots in. Oh, and a right lane drain there. Other ball still in play. Excuse me, I got the hiccups all of a sudden. All right, there was a 2 million point jackpot up to 12 million points. One second. All right. So, got another 1 million points. We're at 13 million and some change. Oh, and it tops off, or bounces off the top of the slingshot and immediately drains. That's rough. Rough.
Brandon, what are you doing right now? Nothing. Actually, no.
All right.
Bowen, Kerins is here.
Where?
Who's playing?
Oh, there he is. There he is. The mystical, the magical, the legend, Bowen Kerins.
Right? It's cool, right? Yeah.
So we're about to have Ryan up on Monster Bash. Oh, what is going on there?
Also, I'm eating on the stream.
That's fine. But what?
So basically, like on the left side of it, put like A1, A2, A3, A4, A5, go to A8, and then off the blue.
There we go. Sorry about that, guys. I didn't realize that Monster Bash was overlapping that camera, so I'll fix that for you. All right, so there's Ryan. He's going to see what he can do. Again, we need to get over 66 million points, I believe.
Is that what the current high is on Monster Bash?
I believe so. Something right around there.
Who's playing right now?
We got Ryan up right now. Ryan Altamoose, I believe. Altamoose. I'm not sure how to say his name, but he's up right now. Not a bad player. Played him a bunch in Delaware last weekend, so we'll see. We'll see what he's able to do. Oh, and a drain. All right, so he's got 400,000 points.
Okay, so 1
Oh.
to 8 is what we need. So,
Oh man, that's rough.
Oh no.
That's rough. Bounced off the bottom of the sling and immediately drained. Was not able to get much. So.
Oh, I'm gonna drink the rest of this tea. Is that for me?
All right.
All right.
1.8 million points on ball 3. He's got a lot of wood to chop, and he's got to be very precise when he's doing it. If he plans on getting that high score.
Yes, look at that bounce over.
That was beautiful. Look at that. Look at that. It's almost like he knows what the heck
Bounce
he's
over.
doing.
This is what I was talking about earlier. He should hit that creech again. Or I like to imagine that he would.
All right, cool. You got those?
So we're cradled up on the right. There it is, straight up
Okay.
into the creature.
So that's going to start Creature from the Black Lagoon. Now, watch this. Watch this. Oh, are you kidding me?
I watched it.
Oh.
I watched it. That's rough.
So
sauce.
what he was going to... I'll put my arm around you.
You're good.
So what he was going to do is what I was talking about earlier. Start Creech, because you could see that he could reliably hit Creech. He would hit it, it would come down, it would bounce off the left flipper and hit the right. He'd hit it, it bounced down. You saw that's how he started the mode. He would just let it go over and over again.
Right.
And then what he would do is he would, once he gets into Creech mode, he would just keep repeating that shot over and over again because it would give him credit for, like, even though the Creech shots are like the ramps or the orbits or anything like that, if you just hit Creech again, it gives you credit for a different shot. And that's what he was going for. So,
Okay.
yeah, so, for example, when you start Creature from the Black Lagoon, the orbits and the ramps and the center shot are lit as active targets for Creature from the Black Lagoon.
Okay.
However, if you hit if you actually hit the creature target, it'll give you credit for one of the ramps.
Oh.
And then you hit the creature target, it'll give you credit for the other ramp.
Interesting.
So if you're good at hitting that shot, you can just hit the same shot
keep
5 times. Come
exploding it.
on.
All right,
Yeah.
so this is Mike Reimer that's up right now. He's actually one of the help here.
Local player. Oh, come on, Mike. One of the, local player, plays a lot in local leagues. Killer on EMs. Killer, like big scores went in.
Oh, man.
Big scores in Selfie League whenever it's at the Village Arcade, which is an EM a location with all EMs.
Yep. So he's got 1.6 million going into ball 3.
His wife is also actually surprisingly good, but doesn't play pinball competitively. Or I shouldn't say surprisingly good. For someone who doesn't play pinball competitively,
It's
she's
good,
really
yeah.
good.
No,
is how I need to put it.
That is surprising when you run into people like that, for
Yeah.
sure. So that, so he's got 2 million points now.
So this doesn't seem to be set up as sensitive as man. Everybody's struggling. Everybody's struggling with that left bride shot. He's got the ramp open for multi-ball.
That was a beautiful shot.
There he goes.
All right, so now we're in Frankenstein multi-ball?
Frankenstein
There you
multi-ball.
go. All right.
So it's not going to be a huge scoring mode. I mean, you can pick up a lot of points out of it, but going into Frankenstein with nothing else active currently, he doesn't have anything else running, does he? It doesn't look like it.
It doesn't look like it.
Going into Frankenstein with nothing else active, I mean, really at that point, you're just trying to pick up, the jackpots that you can, but also finish out Frankenstein himself. So while he's got there's a ball
He's
saver
got a ball
on.
save on, yeah.
So while that ball saves on, he wants to kind of whale away Frankenstein to pick up all of the body parts, so that he picks up both Frankenstein and the instrument.
So no more ball save, down to 1 ball play. Almost 5 million points.
So if he can hit Frank,
And unfortunately,
He drained.
he drained, yep. Was not able to do it.
brutal.
Very brutal.
Does that make a lot of noise when I turn the mic? Who cares? Hey everybody. We're about to start looking at Fireball 2, also known as Flaming Doodlebug. Just kidding. But it has the doodle, it's similar. If you ever played Doodlebug, old EM machine, also multiplayer versions called Dipsy Doodle, I think. It has one of those kind of under the playfield captive balls in the center, where if you activate it, the ball will roll back and forth very, very quickly, and score you a bunch of points. And the idea there is, while that's rolling, you want to keep the ball in play. You got room?
Yep.
While that's rolling, you want to keep the ball in
I did not go high
play.
enough on that.
Gotta go higher.
Can you take me?
It's gotta go higher. Oh, I'm not even thinking. On our screen, I'm sorry everybody. On our screen, because he's getting ready to change scenes, I'm looking at Fireball, but I can see on the live broadcast, we're still doing Monster Bash. Apologies for that. But he's adjusting. Looks like we're kind of good. It's a little difficult, but we can still see the score. So that's good.
All right. A little better.
Anybody lined up for it or no?
No.
All right, then maybe we should switch to something else.
All right. So we just got a tilt on Monster Bash. That's always exciting. We do have somebody up on Dragon right now. So let's take a look at some Dragon. How's that sound?
If you weren't here earlier, InterFlip Dragon. I believe a solid state game that still has score reels like an EM. Oh man, you can't see that wicked playfield because of that glare. Unfortunately, that's just reality of pinball sometimes.
Yep.
But what you can see on the playfield of Dragon, just so we can go over this, on the playfield of Dragon, you see this kind of Hydra in the center of the playfield. All of the Hydra's mouths on that Hydra are actually drop targets. They're these really unique kind of rounded, rounded drop targets. Kind of one of the game's claims to fame is that when you hit those drop targets, they make the sound that goes wah. I don't know if that's coming across right on the mic, but it's wah, which is kind of nice. Although in my experience playing Dragon, I don't go for those drops. They're not really worth that many points. I will hit the ball up and go for pops. I will try to get the ball, and I know people are going to tell you, like, it's not good strategy to try to throw the ball away. You know, because, you know, all your control is down at the flippers. I do realize that. However, with Dragon, I really do feel that the points are up at the pop bumpers and up kind of, you know, up at the rollovers and stuff up there. If you can get the ball up and away from the flippers and up in that area, you're going to get more points than you get them down on hitting those drops, in my opinion. I could be wrong. But I need somebody to step up this machine and play. So, we got. Did we just have
flippers.
I saw some flipper action. Okay, we got a ball in play here.
Yep, there we go. So we got Nick Hislop up right now.
Nick
who
Hislop
also is really good at EMs.
Nick Hislop, one of the banes of my existence during Selfie League, Philadelphia Selfie League. I would go to Barcade. I would put up a good score on Dr. Dude, and by the time I'd get home and submit my score, he had already been there and put up a bigger score. And then I'd go back and put up a bigger score than him, and then I'd get home and he'd already been there and put up a bigger score. Although, just to clarify,
you still won.
I still ended up beating the score on Dr. Dude, but that's me being smug. So
And
you can see he has the pop.
No, he's still good.
No, he drained.
No, he didn't.
Oh, no, I'm looking at the live screen.
Oh.
Yeah, you were looking at the delay.
Yeah, there's like 9 different screens in front of me.
Yeah.
Sometimes I get confused.
So,
Virtual Pinball Fanatic, hello, and thank you to the Netherlands for hanging out
hey,
with us.
very cool. I love people from other places. So right now, in case you're just joining us, we're watching Nick Hislop, local player here, playing on InterFlip Dragon. Nice. No. So, InterFlip Dragon, if you ever played Jacks to Open solid state, InterFlip Dragon has very similar, I don't want to call them out lanes, they're kind of out lanes, very similar, where you have the rail that leads to the flippers, right? You know, it would normally feed in through an in lane and feed to the flippers. Well, at the far left of that rail is just a gap. So if you catch the ball the wrong way and the ball rolls up the flipper, you can actually just have the ball drain straight out from rolling up the flipper. Oh, he just saved it. It almost just happened. He seems, did you see that catch?
That was ridiculous.
And he's, so getting up there to the lip pop bumpers, and in my opinion, is where to pick up good scores.
So 482,000 points. Not bad, but our current high score is in the 600,000.
Okay, still, that's still going to give him a good chunk of points.
Oh yeah.
That's still going to give him a good chunk of
points. Nothing to scoff at all. All right, so let's take a look at the current standings for qualifying. How's that sound, guys? You into that? We good? All right, so here's where we are. We've got Eric Russell now tied at number 1 with Eric Wagensoner. Sounds German. I'm gonna go with it. And now we've got Bob Choate. Adam McKinney. Yeah. Adam McKinney was the one we were watching play Iron Maiden.
Levi
Naiman, Ed Zeitman, Jason Zoller, Anthony Lambos Jr., Louis Bevins, and Jay Robinson.
Jay Robinson.
Rounding out the top 10.
Jay Robinson, one of the guys who runs this event. I call cheater. I call cheater. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. He's not.
All right, so let's go back to Dragon. We've got somebody up playing now, a blonde-haired woman in a black shirt. We'll call her
name. I forget her name. She is from Canada.
Okay.
She's from Canada, and I forget her name. And 2. No, bar. I'm not going to try to insult somebody by not remembering their name. But keeping that ball alive. Yep. Don't want to. You have all 3 pop bumpers lit. Please go up and hit those pops just like that. That's what we're talking about. Keep the ball up. Keep it. Yep. So you can see. I mean, we got pretty decent cameras, right? They can see that gap there where the ball can fall.
Yeah,
look at that. Look, no. Look at that.
Got an extra ball anyway.
Still. And what's her score after that was ball 1? What's her score?
320,000.
Yeah, 320,000 points on ball 1. Current high score is 600,000 points. I'm telling you, light the pop bumpers, bounce it over.
Beautiful.
Yep, gorgeous.
Beautiful catch.
Light those pops and just hit those pops.
Oh man, the double flip when it hits the tip of your other flipper as you're trying to catch him. Oh, if that doesn't just knock the wind right out of you.
So we were talking earlier about how the format of the tournament is, how you have limited entries and stuff like that, and you need to play carefully because you have limited entries. With a ball 1 score like that, if I were her, look at that. No! With a ball 1 score like that, I would absolutely have gone back to that.
Yeah.
I would absolutely go back and play that. What did she end at?
So she's at 514.
Look at that. 514.
So that's going to put her pretty high up on the rankings there. That's not a bad score at all.
If she could have recreated that ball 1, if she could have done that twice.
Oh yeah. If she'd have done it
She'd have
3
been the first
times,
time.
Boom.
Well, if she'd have done it twice, she'd be in first place right now.
Right.
If she'd done it 3 times, she would have rolled the game.
I'd have been pretty impressed with that one, that's for sure. All right, we're going to check in on Bowen Kerins playing Fireball 2.
So there's something about him, as probably most people who are into pinball competitively, watch a lot of the Papa tutorials. I watch a lot of Bowen Kerins play.
Sure, Bowen's here.
Yeah.
Yep. We're watching him play Fireball.
We're watching him play right now. But I'm going to try and grab him later.
Yeah. So
well, not only if it's not going to bug him.
Okay.
So, I mean, if he's free, we'd be happy to have him.
So we're going to have Bowen Kerins on here at some point.
All right, cool.
He's going to come and talk with us a little bit.
Hopefully. Brandon's going to see if he can get him.
Yeah.
So there, you see right there in the middle.
Yes.
That's very similar to Doodlebug. You have a ball, captive ball. Yep, a captive ball right in the center. So Fireball 1, famous for having, or just Fireball, I guess you'd call it, that spinning disc in the center. Fireball 2 has that Doodlebug. I like Fireball 1 better, to be honest with you. But what I was getting at is a lot of us watch, Papa tutorials and Papa videos. Like, I feel like this guy has like a signature play style almost. Like if you could put a bunch of gameplay video up, like just like a bunch of people playing different games, like the Pepsi challenge almost, like where it's like you put a video up, like you'd be like, oh, that's Bowen Kerins. I can tell by the way those flippers are flipping and the way that game is being strategized. So we're in multi-ball. And I'm going to have to apologize. I'm not incredibly familiar with Fireball 2. Anybody out there who's interested in, who knows the rules, feel free to let us know. I don't play a lot of it, and by not a lot of it, I mean I've played it like 3 times in my entire life.
Yeah, and these cameras, this particular camera is not, obviously not the greatest. Did you see that? Jeez, man. And this is, Bowen is the kind of guy where you watch him in his tutorial videos, and you see him play a game, and you're just like, yeah, I can do that all day. And then you play, and you're like, oh my God, this guy's a god.
Yeah, well, no, it's the kind of thing where, like, I don't know. For me, I'm like, maybe there should be a AAA division. like maybe there should be, because it's like, all right, I've qualified for A at Pinburg. I usually make A in local tournaments and local leagues and things like that. But there's times where I just watch some of these guys and I'm like, okay, I'm in the same division as this guy, but I am not in the same league.
Right.
If you know what I mean. Like, I'm not, like being able to, dink a ball up and manage to have one ball in play while keeping another ball under control on the flipper, but like using that flipper and not losing the ball.
Right.
Like.
And this is still a live feed. We haven't cut out at all.
Yeah.
Bowen has the right flipper up, and he's talking to Greg Pavarelli, probably going a play-by-play walkthrough while he plays casually in a tournament,
Although,
so
I'll
here's
tell you
Steve
what,
Bowden. You want to see if we can get him on here?
I think he's going back to play.
All right.
He said he'd come over.
Okay.
Do you want to go and try and get him?
I mean, he's standing right there. You guys want to see Steve Bowden? Chit chat with him?
You want me to go ask him?
Yeah.
No promises.
No promises, but we're going to try to get Steve Bowden to come over, hang out and chit chat with us, see how everything's going. So we appreciate you guys chilling with us while we do. And all of the people that are hosting us, that is awesome. You guys all rock our socks off. We're doing this for you guys. So, yeah, we're just trying to give you more coverage of pinball. So as much as we can do, and as much work as this has been, it's been well worth it. This is pretty awesome, I gotta say. We appreciate you guys hanging out with us. We're gonna have Bowen Kerins on here later. I think we're gonna try to see if we can get Steve Bowden to come on and chit chat with Matt for a bit. All right, so he's gonna be playing Maiden. Should we switch over to Maiden and watch the magic?
What are you bored of watching Bowen Kerins beat everybody?
If you have 20 or more points, you're in. 20 or more. We have a one-game playoff for the two people who are between 24th and 25th. So, Jason, I think it's
Whoa!
Oh!
All right, so Bowen Kerins currently has 1.283 or 1.2 million.
Do you know what the current high score is?
The current high score is 2 million and some change. So this is only ball 2 for Bowen. So he's easily going to smoke that high score without even breaking a sweat.
You say it. You might be cursing him right now.
I mean, if I had that kind of power, I'm not going to lie, I'd be pretty happy about it. But, and then I would be like, Bowen, you're amazing every time we sit down to play. And I would hope that he would just soil the bed sheets. Yes?
Did you walk in at the wrong time?
I just finished a match in which 3 players had nearly 30 million points on Sopranos going into ball 3. And the 4th player had 500,000 points. Okay. That player was Steve Bowden, who ended with 60 million points.
Yep.
That's Steve Bowden.
So we all ended at like 29, 27.6, and 27.5.
Dude, that's awesome.
I came in 4th. It was the greatest game I've ever played, and I came in 4th.
Well, congratulations. My first, I was talking about it earlier, the first Pinburg I ever went to, or actually the only Pinburg I ever went to, I don't know how, but I made A. And then immediately my first round in A, had to play Steve Bowden. And I find out I made A, and I'm like, oh, I'm a good pinball player. Like, I'm a good guy, I know what I'm doing, I'm great at this. And then he immediately put me in my place. He's like, yeah, you made A, but this is as far as you're making it. And I love it. And he was the nicest guy about it. The nicest guy about it.
End of the line, kid.
Ooh.
All right.
So
Bowen is still playing. He's got 1,733,000 points. The high score is currently 2.2 million points. So I feel like with a bonus, he's already going to smoke this because he's got times 3 going, if not even times 4. So he's at 1,897,000 points right now. And he's got times 4 going.
Oh,
and he saves that ball. And doesn't save that one, though. But that bonus, it's going to calculate him well up over 2 million points. So
and what's the current high?
2.2.
And what's he got there?
2,029,000. So he's still got another ball.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that was
that
only
was
ball
only ball 2.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So dude just walks in.
Like literally just walked in.
Just walked in, stepped up to a game.
While he's playing the game,
Did you see that post bounce?
Yeah. While he's playing the game, he's giving a tutorial to somebody. And then just proceeds to murder the high score that people have been spending hours trying to get up to.
Ridiculous.
The guy is a man, a legend. Like, a god among men is what I meant to say there.
Wait, does Fireball 2 have... Does Fireball 2 have one of those things like a Medusa? Like the shield of... Like, does it have a... Does it have one?
You can Google it.
I'll use my phone.
All right.
as we previously stated, both of us are woefully inadequate when it comes to Fireball 2 rules.
Unfortunately, we are. And this glare, why do we need lights at a pinball show? Oh. Bowen
a tragic
gets the slug.
comedy.
And he doesn't get the high score.
What's he at?
He's at 2,189,660. So that puts him directly into number 2, I believe.
Yep, a rubbered post between between the flippers kicks the ball upward. So, not exactly the same, but similar. If you ever play Medusa, it has the Shield of the Gods where you can hit a button and the actual center post will kick the ball back up into play. That's what this game is.